Brian Johnson, a prominent American tech entrepreneur and self-proclaimed anti-aging enthusiast, has become a well-known figure for his aggressive approach to health and longevity. His ventures into the realm of age-defying technology and interventions have sparked significant interest, but there are multiple layers to this obsession with immortality, some of which raise troubling questions about its potential costs and practical implications. Recently, Johnson's visit to India brought his commitment to health and longevity into the spotlight. His concerns were, predictably, rooted in air quality, specifically the alarming pollution levels in cities like Mumbai and Delhi. The air quality in India is considered to be among the worst in the world, and Johnson, who regularly monitors environmental factors like air and water quality, expressed significant distress over the levels of particulate matter in the air. His heightened awareness of pollution's impacts, neurological dysfunction, asthma, lung irritation, and long-term body damage prompted him to make an air quality device a crucial part of his travels. But despite these efforts, he was visibly affected by the conditions, noting his eyes and throat burning and his lungs feeling inflamed. Johnson's discomfort reached a point where it caused him to cut short a podcast appearance, walking off in the middle of the conversation. His reaction was not just a personal struggle, but a manifestation of a broader concern about how people around the world, particularly in highly polluted regions, are unaware of the dangers they face. While many individuals living in these environments have become somewhat acclimatized, Johnson's acute reaction highlighted the difference between what the body tolerates and what it truly suffers from over time. To some, his approach might seem like an overreaction, especially when locals are so used to the pollution that they don't think twice about it. But the question arises, just because the body has adapted to chronic damage, does that mean it should be accepted? Furthermore, Johnson's narrative of fighting nature and focusing so much on longevity raises uncomfortable questions. In his zeal to push for better air quality and healthier living, one could argue that he's missing a more fundamental truth. The human body has evolved to endure various environmental conditions, and no amount of air filtration or technological advancement can entirely negate the fact that some things are beyond human control. In his pursuit of extending life, Johnson may be inadvertently fighting a natural course, attempting to override the very processes that define the human experience. The focus on avoiding death at all costs, regardless of the inevitable toll on other facets of life, can easily morph into a pursuit that distorts human existence rather than improving it. What's more concerning is the underlying assumption that everyone should be able to afford or access the means to live like Johnson. His portable air filter and health-focused lifestyle are luxuries that few can afford. If air quality is truly the most pressing issue for the future of humanity, why is the conversation not shifting towards systemic changes in urban planning, industrial regulation, or international policy to address pollution at its source, rather than just for the privileged few who can afford technological solutions? This unbalanced focus on personal wellness interventions also overlooks the larger environmental and societal challenges that contribute to the very issues he's trying to address. By concentrating so heavily on individual efforts to prolong life, Johnson seems to miss the point that collective action, such as governmental and corporate responsibility in environmental management, is where true change will come from. While it's certainly laudable to advocate for health and wellness, the more pressing question is whether these solutions, such as Johnson's air filtration technologies or anti-aging practices, are sustainable or realistic for the broader population. The disparity between the rich and poor, in terms of access to such resources, is likely to remain a significant barrier. Johnson's journey also serves as a stark reminder of the irony embedded in the fight against aging. Despite the wealth of technology and resources at his disposal, the reality is that no matter how many interventions are pursued, the aging process is still inevitable. The same applies to the environment. Air quality may improve momentarily with a high-tech solution, but the larger system needs to change, or the problem will continue to worsen. It's easy to get caught up in the allure of cutting-edge longevity research and the seductive promises of extending life indefinitely, but the truth remains that many of these efforts may only offer marginal improvements in quality of life, while also ignoring more systemic issues that require urgent attention. By focusing so intensely on biohacking and anti-aging methods, Johnson also risks falling into the trap of treating symptoms rather than addressing root causes. In his case, It's not just the air quality in India that's troubling, but also the deeper implications of pushing human bodies and minds beyond their natural limits. The pursuit of extreme longevity, with little regard for the biological and ethical costs, could ultimately lead to a disjointed, fragmented society where a few live far longer than others. But at what price? It raises the uncomfortable question: is living longer truly worth it if the quality of that extended life is compromised by endless interventions? In the end, while Brian Johnson's mission to improve health and fight aging may resonate with many, it also serves as a cautionary tale. The focus on personal longevity, while valid in its own right, can sometimes obscure the larger issues that contribute to both individual and societal well-being. If we truly wish to create a healthier world, we must move beyond individualized biohacks and embrace a more holistic approach that encompasses environmental, societal, and systemic change. Only then will we be able to tackle the challenges of aging and pollution with a meaningful, long-term impact.